Whoa, there's 5 characters? That's awesome. Oh, you can play online too? That'd be so much fun. Mega Black Label?
Son, I was thinking we could go to Chuck E. Oh my God, what are you? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh God! Oh. Now, son, I want you to know this is perfectly natural, you know? And a lot of boys your age, they get a lot of confusing information about, you know, the changes they're going through. And I just wanted to make sure you have all the right information. Here's the thing, you're going to start going through a lot of changes soon. A lot of different things are going to start happening in your body. You're going to start getting hair like this in a lot of places you didn't have hair before. Don't worry, it's perfectly natural. You're also going to start having these urges.
Urges?
I know, and it's really just the most horrible thing in the world. Here's the thing, just don't bring them up with anyone. I don't even want to hear about it. Then when you eventually leave for college, I'll just burn everything in here. It'll be like it never happened.
Okay, Dad, but do girls have these urges too?
Girls have urges all their own, son. The changes girls go through are some of the most magical changes of all. Now, girls develop 3 different types of laser. They have a burst shot, a charge shot, and a homing laser.
A homing laser?
I know. It's very, very fun stuff. They also develop the power of flight and a demon familiar that can absorb bullets.
Demon?
I know. It's crazy.
This is just also confusing.
Don't worry. I was confused at your age too. But then I got Deathsmiles!
Deathsmiles!
I like arcade shooters for the same reason I like liverwurst sandwiches. It's not that liverwurst is the most spectacular food in the world, but in addition to being fairly tasty, there's the additional fun factor of confusing the hell out of those around you. The kind of people who'd take one look at a game like this, the screen just filled with giant waves of purple bullets, and ask, "Damn, boy, what the hell are you eating?" Now, the easy answer to this is, of course, it's Japanese. A statement which has long justified a variety of nonsense, everything from eating raw fish to handing drunk people a microphone and letting them butcher the classics. But the truth is that beyond the inherent Japanese wackiness, this is a damn fine game. Giant monster cows and unsettling Lolita imagery, just a bit of spicy Dijon mustard spread thinly across the meaty gameplay. Deathsmiles belongs to a genre of shoot-'em-up commonly known as bullet hell. This means that the core of the game revolves less around simply shooting enemies and more about weaving through the insanely complicated bullet patterns. It's kind of like playing Operation, only instead of some fat guy's nose lighting up when you touch the sides, a cute little anime girl explodes into tiny pieces. The game features 5 different characters, all of whom have different strengths and weaknesses, as well as skirts much too short for girls their age. Each can fire 3 different types of laser. There's a quick and dirty burst shot, a powerful heavy shot, and a homing shot which focuses in on a single target. Each is useful in different situations. For instance, using the strong shot lowers your movement speed, but can actually make it easier to dodge some of the more complicated bullet patterns. Meanwhile, staying agile and using the burst shot makes it much easier to pick up items and go for the high score. So the real reason to switch between these different lasers is because enemies drop additional score items when hit with the right type of weapon, and the key to a high score is beating as many goodies as you can out of your opponents. See, most enemies, when shot, drop some minor item pickup which adds to the counter in the bottom left of the screen. Once this counter reaches 1,000, you can jam on a few buttons in order to enter fever mode. This is where you really rack up your points, as every enemy just starts hemorrhaging score pickups. Crowns and skulls and everything else you'd expect to spill out of the corpse of a giant tree monster. It's almost like using star power in Guitar Hero. A short burst of insane scoring is a reward for not sucking at the game. The key to a high score then is to get into fever mode as often as possible, and to grab as much nonsensical crap as you can while there. Now, for those of you too scared to jump in feet first, the game offers a variable difficulty level, with 1 being the easiest and 3 being close to balls out impossible. Of course, if you really want to jam your nuts in a vice, also included on the disc is the Mega Black Label version of the game, where the difficulty cranks all the way up to level 999. Though, unless you're some sort of Tommy-level video game savant, I'd recommend keeping the training wheels on. The game does offer unlimited continues, meaning any chump can level grind their way through the game's 8 or so stages in less than an hour, but come on, we're playing for the high score here. You ain't gonna come close to cracking the leaderboards using all those sissy continues. Honestly, I'm just scraping the surface here. So many nuances of the gameplay, it's impossible for me to mention them all. That being said, if you're a fan of hardcore arcade-style gameplay, this is the game for you. Of course, I understand if the challenge is too much for the casual crowd, but really, how sad is it to know you'll never be man enough to tackle the game where little girls in pretty dresses go on an adventure? My advice, man up and get yourself a copy. You won't regret it.